Hello and welcome to this Exhibitor interview live at Card Secure Connections. Right now we will have John Geater. John Geater, thank you for joining us today. John, you're Chief Technology Officer at Thales eSecurity Worldwide, and you're here to talk about the device, which is not about it apparently, and that's why I'm quite intrigued.
Right.
What is it that you want to say?
Yeah, so it's not about the device. It's a cycling reference, right? So I've had in my many years in InfoSec, I've come across quite a remarkable number of people who are into cycling. And there's this phrase in cycling, it's not about the bike, which is, sadly for some people, they would like to just buy one very fancy bicycle and then they become a top cyclist. That's actually not the way it works in the end. Now, of course, you do need to buy some decent stuff. You need the right equipment. But the InfoSec crossover there is that although you have to buy some decent stuff. I mean, I'm here as a vendor. We make HSMs. HSMs are quite fancy equipment, right? And you have to have that kind of thing in your infrastructure. But buying a single device or trying to rely on just technology on its own, that doesn't work. I mean, in the cycling side, for example, you've got the human factors. You still have to train. You still have to eat right. You get your diet. It's the same deal with your information security. You buy the good equipment. You get your HSMs and things, but still, you've got to use it right, you've got to plan it right.
Right. So are you saying in a way that endpoint and mobile security don't work?
Well, that's no. no.
Okay.
But you can have these things and they do a job. So you said, do they work, right? Yes, they do something, but they don't do everything for you. So if you've got mobile, for example, you can look after one password maybe, but that's not going to solve the back-end piece. I mean, we've had breaches recently where no matter what the user did with their device, they could have taken the best security they could, and then the back-end gets compromised, and everybody's passwords are leaked. And this is coming sort of more and more into the future, that the system effect is just too great. A single device or a single person is not going to be able to cope with it. I think that's the point.
Okay. Well, you make references to the future. What is it that you're thinking about particularly?
I'm thinking about connected living in general. So people might call it connected living or Internet of Things or whatever else, all those kinds of stuff. And at the moment, if you say Internet of Things, people sometimes switch off. They're thinking about coloured light bulbs, and I have those at my home. Mm-hmm. I like this stuff. Okay, but that's like a toy. Okay, it's good stuff. It's good business, but it's not going to really hurt anybody in the end. But these same concepts are going into industrial lighting now, and they're making your road networks work, and they're making your power networks work. And if we're going into that level of connected living, where your real concrete life, your physical being is controlled by data and ultimately data security, and it's spreading all over the place, that communication, that data, that's got to be secured right? It's got to be secured everywhere.
Right. So basically, what you're saying is that there are risks, so buy security. I mean, it's quite easy to I mean, it's an easy thing to say. I mean, what are the risks?
Sure.
Specifically.
So, and just to be clear, yes, it's an easy thing to say, and another easy thing to say for a device maker like me is to sort of sell the monsters under the bed kind of story. Say there's some terrible security thing coming, and you must do something about it. What I'm more excited about actually on this is that there's a real opportunity. It's not that we're worried about things catching fire or that kind of stuff, but actually if you put the security in at the beginning and design your trust system right, that people can have confidence in it, that they understand how it works, actually you can do more. You could go to enabling integrated transport, integrated communications, smarter, more efficient, more ecological living. All of these things that people dream about can only be better if you get the security and the trust right. Built in and have this sort of system thinking at the beginning. Right,
and you're able to put to talk about watch-based payments and light bulbs.
So those sorts of things from the consumer side, the light bulbs, yes, and of course, yes, your watches, the Internet of Things, all of those. I talked about those. What would you like to know?
Well. Are they really the same?
In the end, Of course not, no, but the thinking you have to go through to secure them is very similar. You know, the idea of having, I've got PCs under the control of lots of different people, and I've got them manufactured in different places, and I've got them communicating between, you know, a person's home and then maybe a service provider, then maybe an electricity company or a payments company or a shop. There are a lot of details that are different, but a lot of the technology and the thinking and the lessons we can learn from all of our, you know, accumulated experience, that's very similar. So, you know, they can be made safe by thinking about them in very similar ways.
So, do you think the connected future is safe? Can it be trusted?
Not,
I mean,
not yet, but I think we're getting there. I think you know, we have to watch out that as we go into this and we move from, and I'm not doing these down at all. You know, payment vehicles are really important, but I think what they show is that the connected world and Internet of Things and stuff, that's becoming real life. This is all about how you move through the world and go about your business. It's got nothing to do with computers and security. It's about you. I think putting this all together into a connected future that understands that it's all about you, that doesn't rush to get the quickest product fastest at the cheapest cost, but actually sensibly thinks about who am I dealing with, what good am I doing, in 20 years' time will I be proud of what I did, then we'll have a connected future that we can trust. So think about it at the beginning, I think we can get it right. Rush into it, we might have some problems.
Okay, well, thank you very much, John.
Thank you, Mark.
That was John Geater, Chief Technology Officer at Thales eSecurity Worldwide. And I will see you later for another Exhibitor interview.